Okay, as we enter a whole new day in trade, let's take a look at the forces that are likely to impact our markets today, whether they be how the US market ended up yesterday or how Asia is performing this morning. We'll also get to a check on the commodities, oil and gold, and show you how Europe closed yesterday. Now let's begin with the United States. Firstly, presidential debate coming up, elections coming up, stimulus discussions continued, but still no conclusive arrangement reached as of now. The Dow, as a result, yesterday fell 100 points. The Dow was at one point up over 100 points, so it shows you that there was a 200-point shift in terms of the top of the day and the low of the day. The S&P 500 dipped 0.2%, the Nasdaq dipped 0.3%. If we look at the way futures are reacting this morning, which will give us a better idea of how Nifty is likely to perform, Dow futures are down 150 points, S&P futures are down 0.5%, and Nasdaq futures are down around 0.6%. Now looking at Asia, Asia-Pacific markets are lower this morning on the back of the similar US handover. However, there's another catalyst as well, a downward catalyst I might add. IMF has downgraded the growth forecast for the region. The Nikkei is down 0.4% in early trade. The Topix has fallen 0.7% in early trade. ANA Holdings, the massive Japanese airlines company, Nippon Airways, has fallen 3% after announcing that losses could range into exceedingly high amounts fairly soon. Japan Airlines also saw its stock decline 2.5% on the back of a similar update. Kospi in South Korea, so that market also showing weakness, down 0.7%. Australia also weak, down over 1%. That's the ASX 200 I'm talking about. Now Europe yesterday closed lower as well. Across the board, all your major bourses ended the day in negative territory. Particularly travel and leisure stocks, they shed 2.5%. And then on a holistic basis, the Stoxx 600, which is pan-European, was down 1.3%. So definitely a weak day and some tremors seen across Europe as well. Now two commodities we always do a check on for you, oil and gold. The demand outlook for oil remains weak. Brent crude futures were $41.64 a barrel, down $1.5 or 3.5%. So that's a large fall seen for Brent crude futures overnight. WTI futures were 4% lower or $1.67, and they just about settled at $40 per barrel. So I always mention $40 per barrel is a very critical support for oil prices. Every time we drop below that, it seems to create a lot of chaos, and now once again we're flirting with that $40 per barrel mark. Now looking at gold, it acts as a natural hedge to equities. So spot gold jumped 1.1% to $1,926 per ounce. US gold futures rose 0.8% to $1,931 per ounce. So gold again, precious haven, safe haven metal, acting as a natural hedge to equities yesterday. Equities underperformed, gold performed well, and that was the global roundup for you this morning.